Hello everybody, welcome. I'm going to do something again that I have never done before, and that is, we're going to do a top 10. And this time a top 10 of, what am I saying this time? The first time, we are going to cover areas of the game that I consider to be so peaceful, so relaxing, so zen-like, where you could just be and enjoy being in the game and not move and lose time and space and thought because it's just so all-encompassing with feeling at one. I don't know how to describe it. Some parts of this game, I just feel incredibly relaxed and at peace. And I can just stand there, not move, and enjoy it. And actually, you know what? We're going to start our journey right here, because the first one, at least on my list that I compiled, and it was actually kind of hard. I thought about maybe doing a top 20 or doing a top 15, but it seems like that might take a bit of time to record, and maybe people might get bored if I do that many. 10 is always a popular number on the internet, and I wanted to pick a day where it was snowing, because sometimes the weather can affect the zen feeling. And there's just so many places. Like I thought about here at the tree, lots of spots. But number 10 on my list of zen locations where I can just relax and feel at ease.
Ryo-san,
Fukusan's in
spar
here.
one round with me.
No, I'm okay, Fukusan.
Sorry, maybe next time.
Oh, I'll be waiting for you next time then.
Doesn't he just sound extremely sad and disappointed? But, Fukusan, that's not why we're here today. We're here for a top 10 list, and the dojo is high on my list. Well, the beginning of it at number 10. So many elements here, just the world building that has been put in place here makes me feel so calm, and the deep colors of the wood grain that are inside the dojo, the strong big timbers, the candles that are perfectly placed and just have a gentle, relaxing glow.
There's
to
nothing
them.
unusual about this.
Yeah, I know, Ryo. I'm just enjoying the candle. The elements that are in here are just so put together so well. And the shadows that are on the floor. Again, these shadows never go away. They change slightly with the light that's coming in through the wood slits that are up here. Again, what a unique but also atypical design for a dojo. They want to have good airflow because, you're going to be exercising, you're going to be practicing, you're going to get hot. You'll want air to come through. I've actually seen some dojos where they have a custom-made wood elements that you can put into these, or paper to block out some of the wind. It's really cool. But, just such a fantastic location. All those elements of the wood look like, you can tell that many feet have stood here. Many feet have practiced. And that adds to my mind enjoying this location so much and just feeling so relaxed here. Sure, occasionally we do have a Fukusan who is hard at work with his practice. And of course the other elements that add up later on, where we can go down to the basement. It's mysterious but also very zen and calming.
I can't reach it.
That's okay, Ryo. I just wanted to look at it. The 8 principles of yin and yang. Just the mystique. Such a great spot. So this is number 10. I want to begin with something familiar and strong that a lot of us would know right away. And look at that. We're at number 9. I couldn't pick one spot in the Hazuki garden, so I'm just doing the whole thing. As I mentioned before, the tree itself is very important, especially if you make the game progress into spring and the tree starts to bloom. All the twisting elements of the branches showing how bare everything is when it's quote-unquote dead, when the blossoms and leaves are gone, and then the blooming later on into the spring, making it feel full and alive instead of looking so pointed and twisted. I can stand definitely under the tree for a very long time just relaxing. I really enjoy the little elements here, like the stone lanterns that are placed throughout. The walkway, of course, that has been placed with just heavy flat stones. I love the different sounds we get when we walk. Then we get on the grass. Of course, you all know we love that snow. Such a crisp sound. The fact that when we're outside, we can hear the deer scare clicking. A quiet and tranquil area over here by having all of the bonsai trees that, I'm assuming, Ryo's father must have maintained. Oh, but that deer scare, wow, does that add to it? I actually debated whether to make this number 1 or not for quite a while. I was going, should this be number 1? It's got so many good elements to it, but I think that was just too easy of an answer. Too easy of a feeling. And I tried to go with a lot of these after just go with my gut. Although I do love it here with the koi fish, the pond. If you add in the weather, having the addition of the snow falling like this, incredibly tranquil, especially with that water sound we get close. Deer scare is going to go, and stunning, stunning, stunning. But that's number 9, the entire garden. So many elements make it so special and tranquil. I could just stand there and just let the world fly by and watch as the sun rises and then sets. Oh, it's fantastic. One more deer scare. And I thought about it. Maybe you're not going to like this. I thought, I can edit these together really quick. Show really quick shots of each one of these. Say number 10, Hazuki Dojo. Show it for a few seconds. Number 9, Hazuki Garden. Again, show it for a few seconds. Typically, I think that is how a top 10 is done when it comes to videos and lists on the internet, but you all know me. You all know my style. I like to take it slow and steady and appreciate the world, and so much of the world I think can be zen and peaceful, like over here where the kitten is and stuff like that. But I'll stick to my list. Like I said, I've actually been thinking about it for quite a few days, and I've been changing the order, adding, subtracting. It's been very interesting to think of spots where my brain immediately latches on and goes, oh, that location, or oh, this one, or maybe that one's even better when I'm needing a moment just to relax or really enjoy the game and how it is. I think for a lot of us, this soundtrack and the addition of the snow, let's get a little crunch. I'm sorry, I didn't get any crunch there. Here we go. Don't worry, I promise. I'll get some good snow crunch. Here we go. Good snow crunch. Ah, just wonderful sound design. Again, adding to the world, adding to the elements, adding to what makes the game great. I swear sometimes when he drives by during the... I think the tires are always a little bit white on top like that. I don't think it's the snow. Sometimes my brain thinks they've added that in, which would be so cool. As you can see, we've traveled a decent amount. We will be hopping around a little bit. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of editing trickery to get to some of the locations, because I don't want to be limited to just, the Hazuki residence, Yamanose, Sakuragoka, and Dobuita, the 4 areas that we've been to so far. I'm gonna limit myself with that. No. We are going to be enjoying all that Shenmue has to offer in this top 10. Currently, we are heading over to number 8. Maybe you might be surprised by number 8. It's not really the location that would lend itself to being being seen as a place to kind of relax and just zone out and meditate. But for me personally, I think it's one of the better locations for not only the addition of the music, but also the aesthetics of the environment. And even some of the NPCs that stop by, I think, completely make it. Even the streets here, I think, are just so at peace and relaxing. Nothing, even those bikes going by fast, it doesn't feel... How can I put it? It doesn't feel like they're really... It doesn't feel like... What's a good game example? It doesn't feel like a Zelda game. There are a lot of parts in the Zelda games where it feels like everything's coming at you. Hurry. Run. Get to the next mission. There are lots of spots in Zelda where you can relax, but for me it seems like the pacing of the world is in a very realistic way where, you know, your daily life isn't a mile a minute. It's just the world slowly passing by. You can take your time. Enjoy relaxing. It makes it special. It makes it interesting. Yes, I am trying my best. And here we are, for me, number 8 on my list of places to be zen, meditate, and relax is at a restaurant. But to be more specific, it is here at Yamaji Soba Noodles. Yes. Sorry, I know. It's a long pause, but like I said, for me, this location specifically, I mean, there are a lot of things that are adding up to making this a very zen location for me. But the biggest reason here is definitely the music. The very traditional style. Japanese, I forget. Ah, shoot, I used to know the name of the instrument. Used to know it. Shoot, sorry. I'm hoping that he'll turn back around. Again, that's another element. The chef working hard on the dough, getting it rolled out, getting it flat so that it can be turned into the noodles. Here we go. His appearance as well. It appears very traditional when it comes to a chef who would be cooking when you were in Japan. Here, let me see, get a better angle here. Again, just that simple action of him rolling the roller back and forth. The patron coming in to enjoy the noodles. Oh, soba's delicious. I love soba. Also, the ceiling work. I've talked about it before, but the ceiling work here I think is just incredible looking. The shadows that they have on the crisscross pattern here, I think it make it look so unique. Tightly woven, slightly 3D to me, like it's not a flat piece with just a pattern on it. Of course, the beautiful traditional element of having a giant wood block placed up. Here, I forgot. This is actually framed really well, so it makes it easy. But having the entire menu on with the different prices, the idea that you can easily swap them in and swap them out, but have it still look really professional. Oh, it's great. Okay. Sorry, I can go on about a lot of these. Oh, it's a fantastic location, isn't it? Alright, but we're going to have to do a little world hopping here. And we're going to hop over to the harbor, okay? For number 7. Just like that, we are at the harbor, everybody. That was a fun and interesting trip. Not what we usually take, but we made it. No worries. Like I said, we're going to do some editing trickery here. And of course, you'll notice that the music has changed. And it's no longer snowing because it's a different day. you'll all bear with me there. Again, the harbor. So many locations I could have picked. There are so many little nooks and crannies and interesting spots to stand where you can just hear so many different sounds that can help your mind just relax. I really thought about putting like just right here, right in the middle, right where the birds are. There's a little bit of hustle and bustle, so I didn't, but there's so many times when I stand here and the world is transitioning and it feels so zen to me. Again, maybe you're gonna think that number 7 is a little bit of an odd choice. And I actually had to choose between the two, left and right here. But as you can see where I'm making a beeline for, I eventually chose on the left. And maybe you'll laugh at one of the reasons why I chose this, but the Harbor Lounge. Again, the music. It's a deep, bassy beat, you know? It's soothing to me. It's just nice, and it's not too fast, it's not too slow. That little piano beat, all the weather-worn, in my opinion, looking extremely comfortable seats where you could sit and relax. No, I don't want to look at him. Sure, there's some fast-paced action that can happen over at the arcade. We could change the music. We can, of course, get some capsule toys, and we could go shopping, but no. Not what this place is about. It is a place for the workers to relax. And my brain goes along with that perfectly. Like, yeah, this is a place to relax. I would love to come here and relax. You know, get a cold or hot drink depending on the day. Take a seat. Get a toy just for fun. Relieve some stress and play some darts. Change the music to change the mood. Not talk to the employee at Tomato Convenience Store over there, because she'll sound so nasally it'll scare me with thank you very much. But alright, did anybody else guess one of the other reasons why I really like this location? Maybe? Did you? Maybe? Yeah. As a lot of you have been with the channel for a long time know, I love these teapots. I think they're so cool. I love the design. I love that they're just constantly pumping steam out of them. Of course, the utilitarian element of below, it's heating the teapot, but it's also heating the room. It's doing two things at once. Same thing with toilets in Japan. There's a sink built onto the back of the toilet. So, you get two uses. It just makes perfect sense, and I love it, and it makes it so unique. And sometimes I think, Asia, you're ahead of the game when it comes to a lot of this world figuring out stuff. It's pretty cool. Oh, it's just great. And you can get away from the tea if you want it to be more quiet. It's just an excellent location. Absolutely excellent. But we got to the harbor. We went to my number 7 location, the Harbor Lounge. We are going to hop on back over to Dobuita so we can cover number 6, but we will be coming back here. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good time at the harbor. As I said, we're going to be hopping around. We're now going to do number 6. Oh, the snow. Again, the snow adds to it. I'm glad it's snowing because for number 6, the snow really makes it shine. I'm actually really, really close to number 6, believe it or not. I'm sure you've seen me go here many times, and I always have to take a moment, take a beat, take a breath. Right over here. I wonder what this area is exactly called. I just refer to it as the wood path that leads out of Dobuita or into Dobuita, depending on what way you're going. But here, the city sounds disappear almost entirely. And it's a combination of its peace, but a heavy weight, especially with the snow. You just feel the weight of the world just gently resting on you, and it's not going to crush you. You can handle it. But as you feel it and enjoy all the intricate elements, it just makes it feel so special. But if you watch my other playthroughs, standard walkthrough Shenmue and everything else, you will notice how many times when I come here, sometimes I have to stop. It's just so perfect. Oh, it's excellent. And especially like the tree placement. I do love the tree placements. If we get up to here, hold on. We go around right at the edge, and you can see far enough down into there to see the trees are all built up. The path gets a little more thick when you try to go through there. I love the worn away path, obviously, of everybody coming and going inside and outside the city. I think it's awesome. Of course, when it's snowing, the trees do change and they have a slight dusting of snow on them. So much about it is just so well done. Oh, it's great. How about you? When you walk through here, how does it make you feel? Do you feel the transition? That's the thing. That's what I love so much about the sound design in this game. When you're leaving Dobuita and you're coming up those steps to get up here, you don't hear the city as much as you go up the steps. As I walk back, now you can hear more traffic. You can hear more people. It's fantastic. But that was my number 6. I hope you enjoyed that one. Love that one. Again, that was a strong contender for a higher level for me. I do love it. It is excellent. It is excellent. We're gonna head back into Dobuita now. So many NPCs. It's a bustling winter day. Somebody's taking a break from selling noodles to take a look at the jackets. Gotta look super fly. Tom was an interesting... for a split second I thought about Tom, and I love hanging out with Tom, but Tom doesn't make me zen. Tom makes me want to dance. Tom makes me want to get moving, so I decided to skip Tom. I was like, yeah, Tom, you're cool. And I know, maybe some people... How many people out there? Leave a comment. Do you feel being in the tomato convenience store is a zen place to be? It could be. It could be very meditative, you know, the way the music keeps a solid, repetitive beat. You have lots of interesting NPCs coming in and out. Most of everything else is kind of static in there, so it's not too bad. Oops, NPCs. But yeah, leave a comment below. I'm curious. If anything, how many, like, what was your favorite number that I did for my favorite place just to zen out and relax? Here we are. For me, this is definitely one of the more zen locations. Number 5 is Lapis Fortune Teller.
Welcome, Lost One.
Specifically after she's done talking, again, let's just sit in the music for a minute. Sorry, I wanted to let it finish. Again, another location where the music is a really big deciding factor for me when it comes to places that I just want to stand in and relax. All the curtains, the see-through curtains on the side, giving it an interesting depth, but you also feel that you could touch the other realm by just sticking out your hand. The candles, of course, make it excellent. All of the little details of extra elements for her fortune telling really add to it. If you look at the chair, I noticed this last time, I didn't mention it. If you look at the front of the chair, I'm going to try to zoom, hopefully nothing crazy happens. Look at the front of the chair and look at how it is worn. I don't think we see this chair in any other part of the game. I could be wrong. Sometimes I make mistakes. We all do. But I think it's worn on the front of the chair because of so many customers coming in to sit down, you know? I'm getting off track here. I'm getting off my list. But yes, just and then even her appearance here, the fortune teller. Again, it just makes it feel so otherworldly, and I can just relax. Even just looking at this side of the wall, you know? Almost wish the door was gone, but that's alright. We gotta be able to get in. I love this place. The music, the sound, just puts me right at peace, you know? Alright, well that was number 5. To the city. We are going to be staying here in Dobuita. We're going to backtrack. Like I said, a lot of this, we are going to be bouncing all over the place. I hope you're still enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying one of my more traditional walks with commentary, but we're just doing a top 10. One of the people who's a fan of my channel actually suggested it. I appreciate it. I had toyed with doing a top 10 for a while, but, you know, I thought, well, what am I going to talk about? And should I make it quick, or should I make it in my more traditional style of slow? What should I do? And are you enjoying it in this way, or would you prefer it more rapid fire of just, you know, number 5, number 10? Who knows? I might condense this and turn it into a short, and you can all let me know and say, I loved the short because it was nice and quick and I could see your top 10 really fast, or let me know if you liked this style. I can actually think of a lot of other things I could do top 10s for, or top 5s if it's a little more specific. But yeah, we're going to walk just around the corner here. And again, I wonder if you're going to be surprised by this. Hard left. We're going to the barbershop. Maeda barbershop, to be exact. Once again, a big factor with this is the music, but also the sound design for what I'm assuming is the air conditioning that's running. Just hear the hum, hear the hum. Again, the simplicity of the music, but how elegant it is, really adds to this. Now, it messes up my zen a little bit to see his daughter over there messing with the makeup. She's not helping her father. She's trying to get herself looking really good for tonight so she can have fun on the streets. But when she's not here and it's just him, his simplistic motion of back and forth, along with all of the white, creamy colors, a little bit of plants, the mirrors help with reflection for the body and the mind. Oh, and that music, it's just stunningly good and just helps me feel so at ease, so at peace, you know? If you look at a lot of the 6-hour Shenmue View episodes I've made, You'll notice quite a few of these places are on there because I love having those on and just hearing them in the background and relaxing. Although I know for a lot of people, the barbershop is a relaxing place, right? I know there's a lot of people that say barbershops help them relax a lot. Alright, let's head on out. Now we're heading over to number 3. Actually, I'm trying to remember where I am in the story where I'm doing this. I might not be able to do exactly what I want, but I can show you. That's alright. Number 3, and this is going to seem weird with everything else I've been saying. You might strongly disagree with it, but number 3 for me. And there it is. It's right here near the bus stop. I know, it might seem a bit odd, but the way the sound works, in addition to the free background music that's going on right now, the noise of the constant traffic and the way it sounds with the back and forth feels soothing. NPCs like that on bikes, again, adds to it for me. The bus, when it does come, even though it's a loud screech, it's that familiar sound, that sound that I think a lot of us have heard, whether you live in the city or maybe you took the school bus, even on a field trip or something like that. That familiarity just adds to calming the minds with something that we are all familiar with, known as nostalgia. Whether good or bad, it can add to the mind and make it happy, and for me, having this busy street with this repetitive sound adds a lot. I also think just the game by itself, us when we usually, Rio is usually standing over there at the bus stop, waiting for the bus. Sometimes we have to wait a while, the bus comes every, half an hour or 15 minutes, whatever the day may be. But yeah, I don't know, maybe you think that's weird. But the bus stop, for me, I really think is a great location. Just so soothing. Lots of interesting locations. Alright, now we are going to hop back on our magic carpet where we are going to go back to the harbor for just a moment. So, tell you what, give me just a moment here. I'm actually going to go to a transition spot where a loading screen between two zones. I'm going to head to the number 1 spot. Again, another park. I was really thinking of doing Suzume Park. I do like it. But there, as we all know, there are a couple of parks in Shenmue, and when I had to pick which one I felt was a bit more special, I went with another one, which you'll see after we take a look at my number 2 location. Again, NPC actions are just so cool. They're programmed to wait for their friends. They walk home with their friends. Oh, the world that was crafted by so many people for this game. It's just excellent. It's just absolutely excellent. We're getting in the home stretch here, everybody. We are. All right. We're going to hop over to number 2. Here we go. Welcome back to the harbor, everybody. So glad to have you back. Now, for a lot of us, the harbor is a great location, and we, of course, enjoy spending time here. And as I said before, there were so many spots where I was really debating where else would I pick, and there's a lot of spots in the harbor that I really like. But there's one that I particularly enjoy because it gets us away from a lot of the hustle and bustle that goes on. Almost every part of the harbor, there's always activity. There's always NPCs running around. There's always different characters interacting around. And sometimes it can be, you know, a little bit chaotic, a little bit noisy. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. All depends on what's going on. But for me, one of my favorite locations is right over here. I do apologize again. I am playing this on an emulation, and it does cause the game to glitch quite severely, where it can't load because I'm doing the widescreen mode. But this part of the harbor, just right over here in the corner, as far as I can go, being able to see out into the sea, knowing the future of Ryo's journey is out there. In addition to, I love the birds. The birds are awesome. Seagulls, I know what they are. They're seagulls. I should just say seagulls. I love their design. I love how simplistic they are. It gets the job done from far away. They look so elegant. Well, lunchtime horns will go off, of course. In addition to this corner, I like to just stand farther over here, especially at night, when it's night and that one light is on above us. Oh, it's such a memorable location. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Anyways, that's... Oh, there's so many spots. There's the other side of the harbor where you're next to the boat, and I love hearing the sound of the diesel engines on the boat going, ready to go. I was tempted to put up being on the forklift. I feel that when I'm doing the forklift job, if I'm just taking my time, perfect zen moment. Helps me really relax. I love that spot. Keep grooving time. Excuse me, Mr. Forklift Operator. I am going for a walk here. But yeah, the harbor is such... I still remember the first time I came here. And it was just such a wow, you know? Like I was like, okay. We have all these detailed areas of the game that we can discover and enjoy in the Hazuki residence and Yamanose, Sakuragoka, and Dobuita. There's so many different businesses, NPCs, things to do. I'm sure that's all the game's gonna be, but then the game says, no. Get on the bus. Go to the water. Have a great time. Blew me away 100%. Especially when the birds, because these birds are not in any other part of the game, they're just here. And they animated them so well, and they look so detailed. It was amazing to me. Oh, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this part of the harbor. This was number 2, of course. That means number 1 is coming up next. Well, there's the bus. Just missed you. That's alright. I also thought of including the bus stop that is here. I also really like this bus stop. It's more simplistic, a little bit less traffic. I did like how we have, you know, more of a single lane road here. Another bus stop, another awning that we can stand under. I love that if you stand underneath this awning, underneath the shade, if it is raining or something, it'll cut it off. The graphics are detailed enough that you can see that we're keeping Ryo out of the rain. Such a cool idea. Although I do always feel that traffic's moving just a little bit too fast here. Just take it easy. Let's slow down, huh? How about if we go like, I don't know, like 10 kilometers an hour? How about that? Looks like we're zooming by at 90 kilometers an hour. Let's slow it down. Oh, it's just fantastic. And again, this is another location where I kind of debated whether I would try to, you know, I wanted to keep the skies overcast just like the other parts of the top 10. I like that. I wanted to keep that. I thought it'd add more consistency. But again, another location where I thought, you know, it'd be nice to have the sunset here because, again, the sunset next to the water is gorgeously breathtaking. and another aspect that makes me feel so calm and at peace when I'm at the harbor. But alright, let's hop back on the bus and let's continue with our top 10. Here we go, Rio. Welcome back, everybody. That was number 2, and we are on to number 1, and we are already heading over there. Now, for number 1, oh man, did I toss a lot of these around. Honestly, I could move so many of these around in the order. I almost want to say the order doesn't matter, but I tried to make it count for places that I just feel so strongly about, you know? And this location, I really wish it was a sunset, because there's beautiful sunsets here, but Sakura Park is number 1 on my places to be zen and at peace. Some of it has to do with important core memories that happen here, not only for Rio, but stuff I remember. Hold on, Rio might want to practice. But yeah, just such a wonderful location. The way everything's been placed, a simple playground. I think memories from childhood make it a place that would make me happy to spend time here. I think having watched so much media in Japan, how many times have we seen movies and TV shows and anime where a park is a very important place where characters discuss things or spend time together, so that adds to it. All the little details that they've added to this park in the game, the worn out elements, the broken swings, the kid NPCs that come here to play, or the adults that come to trim and maintain it. Plus, like I said, when it's a sunset at night, it just makes it so memorable to me. Not at night, sorry. In the evening, when the sun is setting. But again, just the silence.
It looks like I can practice here.
No,
I should work on my moves.
We're not practicing today. The only downfall of this location, of course, is that it is so open that Rio always wants to practice, so I always got to argue with him and say, no, Rio, put down your fists. And another key factor with making this number 1 for me is the park bench. With, as I've said many times, probably my favorite scene in the game, where Rio and Nozomi spend a beautiful, tender, and sweet moment together. That's another thing that just makes this area so wonderful and makes me happy. Knowing what happens here, you know? Knowing that even for Ryo's character, it adds something, you know? It adds something to his memory when he eventually leaves and goes on his quest. He's going to remember being here. He's going to remember Japan, remember his home. And this park would be very special for him based on his magic moment with Nozomi. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope you thought this was fun. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you want me to do more, please leave a comment. And I don't think it's done too often, but I don't hear very many YouTubers saying, please share if you know somebody who needs something, maybe something new, or something to help them relax or zone out or have something playing at work. Maybe not necessarily this is a top 10, but the other videos on the channel, a playthrough Shenmue, a walkthrough Shenmue, Shenmue View. If you know somebody that might need that, I hope that you're suggesting the channel. I've actually talked to more than a few fans out there who have told me they've done just that. They've recommended it to family and friends who have since joined the channel. So happy to have all of you. I really appreciate all the support. I'm hoping that you will continue to enjoy the channel. I'm doing my best to do more diverse videos, do more interesting subjects, cover more aspects of the game, kind of like doing this top 10. So I thank you all very much for that. I do hope that you've enjoyed this nice slow burn top 10. I do hope that I can do another one, and it wouldn't be complete if we didn't. Yes, I did. I tried really hard to make sure the timing was going to work. Because I think if there's something like a mini happy zen relaxing calming moment in Japan in Shenmue, I really think it is with the night transitions, that little music cue, the lights flickering on. It's so great. Thanks again, everybody. I'm so happy you stopped by. I hope you'll come back again soon and check out another video. I'll get back to the more traditional style for next week. So thanks again, everybody. Take care. Have a great day.